Greetings to all our learners. Welcome to CEC Lectures. Dear learners, the topic that we shall be analyzing is Global Development Dilemma, looking at it from the specific case study of emerging technologies. In the lecture, we shall try to understand how information and communication technologies are embedded in our lives when we situate it from global to domestic realms. We shall try to discern the security potential of emerging technologies with respect to the bigger framework of global development, global governance and international security. Dear learners, in the lecture we shall try to situate important aspects like role of technology in global world, role of technology for development scenario in the world and nation, and most important, how the emerging technologies are presenting a question mark on the ambit of globalization and the debates therein. At the outset, let us ask ourselves, what do we mean by technology? A layman understanding of technology is knowledge or equipment that is needed for a particular industry. When we delve into the realm of technology, it implies looking into studies, looking into aspects of transformation of techniques, tools, machines which have been created by the human agency. Dear learners, when we look around, there are huge amount of aspects that we can observe as examples of technology. Washing machines at home, refrigerators in factories, big cars on the road, flooring materials, X-ray machines, game consoles amongst others. So what we find here is that from the realm of construction technology, manufacturing technology, medical equipments and technology thereof, new ambit of energy and power, transportation, agriculture and biotechnology, in various facets of life and livelihoods, both at national and domestic level as well as international level, technology is playing an important role. Then when we observe the role of technology, it's very essential to make sense of what is the guiding purpose in use of technology. An understanding is there that technology has been evolved, has been made innovative in order to solve problems, in order to add efficiency in the working of realms of matter, energy, space, and most important, to equip, to help human mind, human agency in solutions of problems, in development of communication realms, and in terms of adding more to the abilities. Dear learners, this brings us to the next aspect. Let's look around and understand that how technology has had an impact on human relationship. When we look around at how today there is modernization of communication. Today, social media, new media binds nations, people, societies, individuals and the globe, and also its related impact that it is replacing traditional interactions and discussions. This brings us to the very significant observation that how today technological advancement has a huge impact on human resources. Dear learners, an example here in this point could be when we look at the realm of HR technology, a term which is emerging in various news and governance platforms, that how today human resource technology is an umbrella term for software and associated hardware for automating the human resources function in the organizations. So what we see here is that technology is playing an important role. But as we are situating technology with the big global development dilemma, one also has to appreciate the aspect that technology has had a history. It did not emerge overnight. So let's have a look through the historical developments wherein we underline major technological innovations. Dear learners, we all know that how between 1250 to 1300, the first mechanic checks began, and therein with the rise of mechanical clocks that emerged in Europe towards the end of the 13th century. 1455, who can forget the invention of the printing? Johannes Gutenberg completed the printing the Bible, and Gutenberg's printing press definitely led to an information revolution explosion in Europe. 1765, the steam engine. James Watt improved the Newcomen steam engine, wherein one witnesses that there was addition of condenser that turned the steam back into liquid water. And steam engine, when we go into debates of innovation, it is one of the important inventions of the Industrial Revolution. 1804, the railways. The English engineer Richard Trevithick improved James Watt's steam engine and then used it for transport. He built the first railway locomotive at an ironworks in Wales. So all these inputs that we read from Britannica.com and presented to you as we analyze the historical evolution. And when we look at this historical evolution from mechanical clocks, steam engine, printing press, advent of railways, later on advent of airways, what we see here is that today technology in the contemporary time, dear learners, is a vital force for modern business as well as for processes of integration and globalization. Technology no doubt has revolutionized everyday lives as well as the national and the global economy. And what is essential to note here is that how role of technology is to ensure somewhere faster processes of work, enabling space-time reduction, which culminates, when we trace and put all the trajectories together, we have the ambit of globalization. So what we see here is that the picture that emerges is that we have a interconnected global system wherein what happens in one part of the world impacts the other. Dear learners, when we are now towards the global realms, the process of globalization, which signifies integration, interchange, exchange, has a huge important bearing on aspect of technology. Globalization, as we all know, it's also witnessed how information was freely available across borders, how goods and services were easily available cutting across nations, and herein spread of technology across borders was an important dimension, with easier access to foreign knowledge, with enhancing mechanisms to ensure competition, with aspects of supporting the rise of new markets, with rise of global trade, global finance, and supporting anchors to bind processes of global integration together. So what we see here is that technology and its related development helps in strengthening firms' incentives. When we try to look at it from the micro perspective, it helps firms to innovate. It gives incentives for firms to try to add more in their work apparatus and also adopt foreign technologies, boost their innovation capacity and labor productivity growth. So what we see here is, again, while we are discussing globalization and technology, we'll take a case study of how anchors of world economy like MNCs, TNCs, global organizations are giving a boost to global economy as well as global business. We take this report that globalization helps spread knowledge and technology across borders. Dear learners, we take it from blogs.imf.org, April 2018 dated. So what we see here is that how MNCs and TNCs, as this information points out, that it helps to relocate innovative activity to other parts of the global value change. Today, nations are witnessing changes, advancements in the economy, and this one of this aspect of it is a result of modern technology, and this modern technology is rapidly witnessing changes each day. There is efficiency and quality, there is aspect of reducing the risk. One can witness how there are technological advancements in the health sector, robotics are coming into play, agriculture, new forms of mechanized farmings are being worked out, industry. One world is witnessing the rise of automotive industry 4.0. In the professional realm, this rise of online aspects and interface in health, education, art, political processes, recreative avenues, and activities that surround everyday life activities are witnessing that how in the contemporary times technology is playing an important role. Dear learners, this brings us to the other aspect, that we now try to situate its implications. We all saw that how technology is making an important influence as well as impacting our lives. Technology at the same time is also driving the great power competition. Now, this power competition exists from micro level, that is between respective individual firms, to respective global paradigm, that is between respective nation states. Technology impacts issues of like financial stability, climate change, how nations are working on sustainable solutions to save ecology using technology. Looking at cyber crime, looking at management of pandemics and health related apparatus with technology. So what we see here is that in the present times, with spread of information which is also available to us with the rise of new innovative technologies to aid the processes of integration, its implication here is that now power is more dispersed. It is widely distributed. Informal networks, informal aspects then defy the monopoly of the one, and therein we see that there is rise of transnational issues, and these transnational issues, dear learners, work in a manner that what is global is connected to the local, what is local is connected to the global, and these issues cut across the border. So what we see here is, with the rise of transnational issues, technologies also enter an age wherein it is in a very emergent realm. By emergent realm, we mean that it is in a phase of wherein there are rapid innovations each day. What is concrete today becomes obsolete the next moment. AI, artificial intelligence, the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. Big data, ways to analyze systematically exact information form or otherwise deal with data sets that are too large or complex to be dealt with traditional data processing application software. So what we see here is that today the issues before global political economy, international political economy and nations here is that one has to situate the transformative realm of technology with policy making. One has to factor in, for example, artificial intelligence impact on the transformation of geopolitics within their larger aspect of policy is working out for national interest. And at the same time, the second paradigm, that is, one has to work in a manner that risks and unintended consequences are minimized and the social benefits are maximized. Dear learners, it's very important to see that when we are trying to see technology in the global realm, it is a form of global power now. Technology has affected global economy and its usage. And the reason here is because the context, the marketplace has witnessed transformation. Technology has proved to be of great use for humankind in terms of jobs avenue, in terms of making lives easier, improving living standards, and most important, laying down a foundation of trade governance irrespective of the anarchic global structure. The debate then emerges here is, for example, when we look at the global tech giants. Today, information revolution and globalization are connected. Technology has a huge bearing on that. Then does the IT firms, the global tech giants, with respect to the information organizations, are they instruments of national power? That means today has technology become an important pillar of situating the power in global realms. As we take our discussion forward, we now quote from the views of technology expert Richard Danzig in order to add more to our explanation, and this perspective we take from the work of Joseph S. Nye. Technology is driving another global power shift. Dear learners, this appeared at asperajustice.org, August 2020, and quoting the views of Richard Danzig from this work, that 21st century technologies are global, not just in their distribution but also in their consequences. AI systems, computer viruses, radiations that others may accidentally release could become as much as our problems as theirs. Reporting systems, shared controls, common contingency plans, norms, treaties must be pursued as a means of moderating our numerous mutual risks. So, as we take reference to these views, this tells us that how today emerging technologies have a bearing at both micro as well as the macro level. Another perspective that we take forward in our debate and learning area is from Elizabeth J. Taylor, that is AI and global governance. COVID-19 underlines the need for AI support governance of water, energy, food nexus. Dear learners, this is from cpr.unu.edu, August 2020. Now, in this report, as we see, there are remarks that today when we look around water scarcity, when we hear about issues of rising energy demands, when we hear reports of food insecurity, when we hear about global inequality, we all affirm on one aspect that there is a need, a requirement of international cooperation. There is a need to work out accountability and governance. So, AI in this realm can play an important governance role in ensuring that policies, management, resource allocation lead to sustainable solutions, and most important, the report points out that there is a nexus approach wherein one has to look at the three dimensionalities: the economic, increasing resource efficiency; the social, creating equitable access; the environment, instituting policies that address environmental impact. Technological developments are no doubt transforming the society, and they have an impact on global security as well as stability. So, herein what we see that when we are trying to look at it, how does one work out mechanisms to regulate this technological rises and innovation? An important report and that we read, Technology and Global Governance, a conversation with Anand Padmanabhan. This is from April 25, 2018. And in this report, what we find out here is some important inputs. That is global collaboration and technological regulation, an area that has to be worked out. It is difficult to work out consensus, as we read from the report, that getting all multi-stakeholder together in this myriad governance model. Then limited conception of particular technologies, limited knowledge of rapidly rising innovations, and most important, that how data governance also needs trust, openness, transparency. So therefore, what we find here is that another interesting insight as we take our learning forward, that whether AI and global governance, should we look at the ambit of negotiation between both in terms of situating them with respect to opportunities and risks. Dr. Zishe's perspective here we have, that is techno-optimism no doubt exists today with respect to AI integrated governance model. But then at the same time, when we delve deeper into theorization of it, one finds that it is a complex, value-laden problem. And recognizing the manifold opportunities, at the same time one cannot ignore the other aspect, whether non-human entities with moral status and personhood could be incorporated into existing multilateral framework. Similarly, when we are now trying to understand a development dilemma, see, the degree of international competition and the interface of global business with global realms, dear learners, we all know it is varied, it's not constant. So therefore, the question on whether national and international governing bodies should be equipped with knowledge, research, analytical tools to foster multilateral deliberations, discussions about emerging technologies like AI and the governance mechanisms. Then above all, the bigger question, what institutional arrangements and governance framework can prevent the misuse? Then can we afford to overlook the divide, ignore the division between technological haves and haves not? And most important, that how today even the innovations, new developments in technology are unstable, having disruptive consequences, thereby the realm of emerging technology in itself gets more complex and contested. Then when we are trying to look at in global governance, the international security perspective, today there are advances in technology and international security milieu has also become wider in scope. High-tech advances in traditional weapons, and then also it has had a transformative impact and effect for individual economies, politics of respective nation states, development of culture. So what we see here is that within what was already existing, there has been an addition of the new canvas, a new framework where Internet of Things, big data, blockchains, advanced robotics, autonomous systems, 3D printing, social networks, they add more to the defense, security, intelligence areas, and what is needed here is smart and interconnected systems that may help in critical superiority and protection of power. At the same time, when we are trying to understand role of technology, cyber espionage, cyber sabotage, cyber security are other important inputs. So therefore, impact of technology on warfare, on security, and the urgent need to focus on the intersection between emerging technologies and international security. Dear learners, we quote from a very important report that we got from UN Digital Library, that is quoted A/RES/5450, and in this report, that is, it is no doubt essential that we must have technological know-how for peaceful purposes. Member states must undertake multilateral negotiation with participation of all various stakeholders, and there must be non-discriminatory guidelines for international transfers of dual-use goods. And most important, UN bodies must also contribute to ensure promoting application of science and technology for peaceful purposes. So what we see here is, dear learners, that technological integration and development has an impact on domestic issues as well as global governance. Today, when we are seeing rise of new emerging technologies and its related applications like artificial intelligence, big data, automation, it impacts societies, individual, governments, and global governance. What is essential is a multi-stakeholder approach strategy to manage the challenges and opportunities, and also ensure that how does this fit into the definition of new international security environment where the threats are no longer military. The threats from economy, health, security are also essential. So dear learners, the lecture on global development dilemmas with respect to the focus on the emerging technologies and their bigger role in terms of domestic and global governance. We hope the lecture gave you significant insights. We look forward to some positive, encouraging feedback from you all for the lecture. Thank you very much for being with us for the lecture.